Hey Scorpio, welcome to your March 2025 reading. Let's hop right in here. This is for the Scorpio sign, Scorpio placements, or anyone who's drawn to this reading. There may be a message in here for you. What is going on for the sign of Scorpio, March 2025? What does Scorpio need to know? Conflict. There's conflict in your life, or there has been for a while. You're at odds with someone or a group of people. I'm getting the word ostracized. You feel left out, sort of like a black sheep. Something about you is, I'm picking up on your realness, your truth. Others don't know how to handle your truth, or it doesn't mix well with them. It's like oil and water because they're so inauthentic, unable to tap into their authenticity, unable to tap into their truth, the wellspring of who they are. So the combination of you two, it just doesn't sit right. One way or another, it's like you're at odds with them, they're at odds with you, but it's looking like they're all looking up to you. They're all looking up to you here. A group of people, followers. I don't mean your subscribers or followers. I mean, these kind of people are, I'm getting, the archetype of the sheep, the negative archetype of the sheep, the follower, the group mind think. These people can't think for themselves. We have this blossoming, beautiful Ace of Cups. There's some richness here within you. I'm getting a wellspring, a source of wisdom, of truth, of authenticity. Something about your inner world in March is really beautiful. It's what's helping you deal with the conflict around you or the conflict in the world. Your inner world is rich, it's ripe, and it's true to you. And I feel like you're not going to let anyone else tell you how to perceive or think or act, especially when it comes to matters of your heart. You have the Star card here. I love this. You literally are the spring. There's such unlimited potential that you are becoming more aware of. Your spirituality, your authenticity is what stands out here with the Star card. Everything that makes you you. I'm also hearing all roads lead back to you. All roads lead back to you. What does that mean? You're pouring out this water, but it's moving back into this stream here. I'm seeing when it comes to life purpose or anything you're devoted to, the more you give, the more you have to give in March. And it's like the reason behind you not feeling depleted is because there is a source energy. There's a higher spirit here with you. When we work in tandem, in connection with our source, with our higher spirit, with our deepest self, we don't run out of energy. We don't run out of inspiration. We don't run out of creative juices. They just keep flowing. When we try to do everything with the mind or by ourselves alone, that's when we hit creative blocks. That's when we hit this feeling of being worn out. I see you found the secret to life here in March. The sweet spot, Knight of Cups. I see love as well coming in. Okay, so that cup that you have, that is you. This is you, Scorpio. I see someone wanting to bring to that cup, add to it. This cup is full of hope. There's opportunity here. There's an offering here. Do you allow this in is the question here. There's someone outside of yourself who wants to give to you, who wants to pour into you. Is this something you feel safe accepting in right now? Because you're doing quite well on your own right now, aren't you? Judgment beneath the Five of Wands. So unfortunately for these people, there is judgment, there is karma, there is consequences to people's actions, to people's behaviors. I see you letting a lot go and leaving it in the hands of the divine to take care of, because you have so much, you have a lot else going on in your world, in your inner world, that feels very sacred to you right now. I don't feel like in March you have the desire to entertain pettiness. Two of Pentacles. No matter what's going on around you, no matter the chaos, the uncertainty, the imbalances perhaps, there's something very centered about you, centered in who you are. You're always going to have your back, aren't you? You're always going to be good. You always find a way. You are the water. You are that water that's behind you. That's you. I'm seeing that you're flowing, okay? You're flowing with life. You're not controlling it right now. You're in flow. I also see you leaning on your intuition, like there's a blindfold on this woman here in the Two of Swords. You're leaning on intuition rather than outward appearances that sometimes are misleading as well. You're learning to trust deeper and deeper within yourself, that you have the wisdom, that you have everything you need to make the decisions you need to make, to move in the direction that you need to move. You have two, double. Okay, so like 4 energy, stability despite maybe some external chaos. You're still grounded. Okay. A lot of cup energy here. And a lot of giving and receiving, or perhaps actually someone wanting to give to you. I see cups being full. Okay, cups are being full. What was once emptied are now being replenished. The Star card is like emptying the vessel, emptying, letting go, discarding the facades. The Star card is an energy of being naked, raw, real. It's getting to the truth of who you are. You're a star. So in emptying the vessel, you're like opening your channels to receiving more in many ways here. Recognition in career, but I do see a romantic interest. Who wants to fill that cup of yours? Add to it, okay? Let's get more. Okay. Biker and telephone. So, like I said earlier, you have that lone wolf archetype right now. You know, I feel like someone is being ostracized or rejected from a group because you have a mind of your own. You're a free spirit. You stand up for what you believe in. A maverick in your own right, because you could be breaking cultural norms. Like I hear people saying, this is not how we do it. And you're like, oh yeah? Well, this is how I do things. This is how I do life. Take it or leave it kind of thing. You have the telephone card, which is connection and communication getting through. Perhaps there will be communication from these people, or perhaps this is symbolizing broken communication, communication, okay? Although I wouldn't doubt if someone tries to extend themselves to you. I wouldn't doubt it given some of the other cards that are here. Extending an olive branch at this point. Balloons. Talks about freedom. High vibe, ascension, success. You always find ways to be successful, even if you have to do it alone, even if you have to climb the highest mountain. One thing's for sure, Scorpio's going to get the job done. You're always going to reach your mark. Look what came out, the Phoenix. Scorpio energy. You're always going to reach your mark is what I'm getting. With or without the support of other people, with or without the help of other people. You do have the ability to move at life alone at times and still be successful. I see a rebirth happening here, especially with the Star card. The Star card reminds me of any word that starts with re. So rebirth, regeneration, restoration, resurrection, restart, refresh. I see you could also be transmuting energy, right? Turning pain into something beautiful, into art, maybe channeling it, using it as a muse. You always find ways, Scorpio. You'll use the pain as your muse and create something beautiful here. We have dice, which talks about gambling, taking a risk, luck, chances, uncertain outcome. So this talks to you're unsure here if you should take a risk somewhere, especially when it comes to this Knight of Cups. Or maybe your finances here, if you should invest somewhere, change careers, or look for other employment. At the end of the day here, we're just playing the game of life. We may not have all the answers all the time, but there's this feeling that you're relying on intuition. Okay, relying on intuition. You have in sync. There's a co-creation energy, and I feel like that's either with you and the right people, places, and opportunities, or with you and your higher spirit. You also have eyeglasses, checking the fine print. Okay, this is the fine print. This is assessment that we see here with judgment. This could be you assessing whether certain relationships are even worth your time. Are they worth your time? That's the gamble. Two of Pentacles, that's energy output as well. It's not just money. It's like, is this really even worth my time? Is this even worth it at this point? The answer will have to come from you, whether it's worth it or not. No one can decide for you. You are the Phoenix, of course. You have the ability to decipher if this is worth it to you. You have heart and home, happy home and security. One thing's for sure is you're going to cultivate your happy home. 4. Remember that number 4, stability. You have home and heart, family, belonging. You may not belong to your blood family right now, it feels like, but or perhaps a friendship group or co-workers, but there's somewhere where you feel like you do belong, okay? Where you feel like you're at ease, where you feel like you could be yourself, where you feel the kindness from others. If you haven't experienced that yet, I see that coming here. 6 of Cups. Your place where you feel accepted, where you feel there's affection, there's love. There's no strings attached. Okay, there's no one's requiring you to be a certain way in order to receive this love. You get to just be. Okay. Let's get more messages for Scorpio. We got wise leader and traveling lightly. You are a beacon for others. I feel like your strength, you're a spiritual warrior, ultimately. Phoenix, you're a spiritual warrior. That's written all over you here. A part of you incarnated here to be this spiritual warrior, to break norms, status quo. You're a nonconformist. So some of you are feeling shamed by other people for that. And guilted into being a certain way. Well, this message is saying continue to be who you are. You hold the torch. You are the guide. You are the guide of your life. You take yourself forward the way you want to take yourself in your life. Traveling lightly, simplifying your life. Simplifying your life. How does that sit with you? What does that mean? A simple life. A life of ease. A life of... I'm sort of seeing like the fool's journey here come up. The fool's journey. Going for something or following the path that makes your heart sing. Doing it in a very simple, non-complicated way. Not making it bigger than it appears to be. Okay. Let's see. Wise leader. You are a leader. You carry wisdom and radiance that inspires others. Even when you're not always aware of the depth of wisdom within you, it's emerging by leaps and bounds. This is a time to step into your power and take a role of leadership. You're ready. Grab the reins. Make decisions. It's okay if you're not 100% sure. Make decisions anyways. It's what a leader does, okay? Which is interesting. It's talking about decisions, which is also presented in the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords, sort of a crossroads. Options. Don't fear the decisions you have to make. You can never truly choose wrong because even if it's quote unquote wrong in the eyes of other people or society or, the 3D world perceptions, You're learning a greater lesson here, the Phoenix. You're always going to rise above, okay? While you are in this physical body here, you're always going to find your way. I also am just getting with the traveling lightly in the Phoenix, okay? Let's imagine, like, is anything weighing you down right now? I'm just closing my eyes here. Is anything weighing you down? Relationship problems, clutter, debt, thoughts, maybe even the fact that there is a decision to be made around something. Is it weighing on you? Because I see this, if you're being weighed down, okay, imagine weighing down a balloon. It's not able to fly. Imagine weighing down a bird or caging it. It's not able to spread its wings and fly. You're meant to fly. You're meant to take flight. This is you, Scorpio. You are, I don't even want to call you necessarily a lone wolf, but you're meant to be a free bird is more like it. You're meant to be free. So where in life right now do you feel like you're not able to spread your wings and fly? Be free somewhere, because there could be something around that to sort of pay attention to. Travel lightly. More on this card, it says, release what doesn't support you. A busy life and the accumulation of more than you need creates static. Clear internal and external clutter. Do what matters and release the rest to find peace, grace, and stillness. Simplify your life. Otherwise, it's difficult to hear the voice of the Creator. Create time to rest and rejuvenate. Yeah. Sitting with yourself in contemplation, in just feeling yourself, like, who are you? Really connecting to the tune and the vibration and the complexity of who you are. Also, just the bare truth of who you are. Profession aside, status in life aside, who are you really? The star. When you get naked, let's say you're just the star person here. When you get down to the nitty gritty of who you are, what's there? I feel like there's some self-discovery happening that is going to be very transformative, very powerful, very potent for your journey. Okay. I was about to pull a spirit animal message. A lot of cards came down. So let's ground the energy. Ground the energy. Take a deep breath if you can. I'm called to look at the bottom of the deck, and it's the grizzly bear. Power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. That's what I feel for you as well. Is there any other message here for Scorpio? You got a lot of cards on being sort of the shaman, the sage. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shape shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Intuitive. Listen to the song of your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. And then Raven. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. So how fitting. There's something about your inner journey being just, if not more important than your outer journey. All the things you accumulate, all of the badges of honor, all of the accomplishments, all of the worldly success, which we know, Scorpio, if there's any sign who's going to attain the worldly success, it's you. But what is happening in your inner world, that is where the real juice is. Ace of Cups and the Star. Your inner world is just, if not more important than your outer world. So take the time you need to go inward, to lean on intuition, to start loving all the parts within you. Maybe I see someone like activating some dormant parts of themselves, parts that were suppressed. Maybe because you had to, it was required of you at some point. Here, what is this one? It's time to celebrate. Cultivate an air of celebration. I feel like this message is asking you to celebrate you. Celebrate your fullness, your entirety. And rest when you need to rest. Seek solitude when you need solitude. Replenish. It's very important for Scorpio. Wow. Pull yourself close. Every part of your being is deserving of love. I love when I'm in flow and I'm just drawn to certain decks unexplainably, and that's where the magic happens. It's not when readings are so forced and the decks are pre-chosen. I feel like I just love being in flow. And I feel like that's a message for you, Scorpio, to be in flow, to lean on intuition. That's where the real magic happens. That's how things come together. Pull yourself close, the card says. Every part of your being is deserving of love. Throughout life, harmful events can occur that bring about a splintering of the inner self. This separation within the self can be a necessary survival tool when our inner world becomes overwhelmed and we are unable to process our current events. However, the inner self will always desire reconciliation of these splintered aspects. And because of this, these banished parts will experience pain as long as there is separation. By pulling these splintered aspects of the self close in love and acceptance, we can bring healing to our inner world. Isn't that funny how you have this gorgeous Six of Cups? It's almost like you're reaching out to your inner self, or you're reaching out to your inner child, or the time in life when you were required to have a fracture or a splintered self, only be half of you or part of you because that was what was acceptable. Ooh, you're pulling in now all of the parts of you that were once denied, suppressed, like I said earlier. No fault of your own. No fault of your own. You were just doing the best you could for survival, to be a part of a family or a unit or a community. But now I see you're kind of on your own now, which is actually one of the best places you can be in life. When now, you know, the attachment to that community seems severed at this moment in time, and that's not really a bad thing for you right here, right now, because you get this opportunity to pull yourself closer, to bring in all the parts of you, reconcile all the parts within you, okay, that were rejected, denied, betrayed. There is an acceptance exercise, and I know there may be one person here who's willing to listen through this, and I'm willing to show up for you. So, take time today to sit with yourself and embrace the aspects of your inner child that may have been abandoned. These aspects might be labeled good or bad, or they might be a missing place or a broken piece. Remember that all of these places inside of us are beautiful and worthy of love. And if any of these places have caused you pain, know that they were trying to protect and serve you in the best way they knew how. If you were able to identify a particular aspect of yourself that is asking for reconciliation, try writing a letter as that aspect. Once you have finished, review the letter and respond to that inner part of you with love and acceptance. You can also practice responsive journaling by writing as if you were in conversation with your separated piece. Ask this piece of you any questions you have and write down the responses without judgment. Once you are done, it could be quite cathartic to place your letter in a sacred place or release it in a ritual. Set your intention to let go of all expectations before burning the letter or throwing it away. At the end of this practice, close your eyes and imagine pulling this aspect close in a loving embrace. Let them know how much you truly cherish them. A journaling prompt. How can you show the rejected aspects of your inner child love today? Incredible Spirit, thank you for coming through for the sign of Scorpio here. I'm going to let you sit with this energy. Scorpio, if you want to go deeper with a personal reading, you can always book me on my website. The link is in the description box below. I wish you a beautiful month ahead as you pull yourself closer, as you really discover the treasures and the treasure of who you are, okay? There's hidden gems within you waiting to be acknowledged, appreciated, loved, activated. Stay tuned for more readings by subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you next time.